I'll just keep going with my own show here, I guess. All right. Let's see. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching live with LWL Lindsay with love. Today is Monday, February 17th, 2025. Thank you, VIP Catherine, for coming in and giving me likes. Geez Louise, it took a lot of asking this morning. I am here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that by reminding you how freaking powerful you are as an energetic and spiritual being on this planet. I help you release your limiting beliefs. I help you reprogram your subconscious mind so you can actually change your life and so you can actually manifest what it is you truly desire. So welcome to the show. Thank you, VIP Catherine, for being here. Tony's in the house. Good morning, Tony. Midwest is best. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate those that came in and started giving some likes. It does help TikTok tell my followers I'm here. It's the weirdest thing I know, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's get going with the show. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. Good morning, VIP Deborah on YouTube. Okay, you guys, we have a great show today. And of course, it's Monday, so I'm excited to be back. And Mondays, usually I come in a little bit hot because I wasn't here Saturday or Sunday live with you. So get ready for a really nice show. I had an epiphany as I was writing the script for this show, and I'm actually really excited to share it with you. Thank you, VIP Deborah. I will breathe. Let me get my notes going, and then I will breathe. You're right. Thank you for the reminder. We are going to all take a moment and close our eyes if we can. Take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Dare I say I had the perfect morning so far this morning? I've literally had the perfect day. I mean, I know it's only 9 a.m., but whatever, I'm on a vibe, and that means you're gonna be on a vibe too, or maybe you're already on one. I got exactly 4,000 steps this morning. When I got into my bedroom to get myself a little bit ready, put my castor oil on and everything, I looked down at my pedometer on my shoe and it said 4,000 steps. I was like, I feel like that's a good sign. So we're gonna get going with the show. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Thanks for being here, you guys. And the newest rules for TikTok are heart me's are very helpful for like joining my team or subscribing, whatever that actually does. And gifts are very helpful. Obviously, as always, conversation and engagement is helpful. So all of those things, if you feel like supporting this channel in some way, are helpful. Thank you in advance. I'm being graded by TikTok. I feel like I'm back in like high school every day. I'm like, oh geez, I gotta play by the TikTok rules. Ash is in the house. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat, Ash. Thank you for the heart me, VIP Deborah. Okay. So let's see. You guys know that every morning I get my steps in. VIP Deborah, I always look down right when you send them. That looked super cute. Thank you for the blow bubbles. Thank you for that. You guys know that I get my steps in while I'm getting downloads for whatever the show is going to be. I follow my intuition. It kind of leads me to where we're meant to go. Thank you for that. Those are cute. It's like a little bubble wand. Thank you for that, VIP Deborah. Lily, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. And this morning was no different. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to teach? What am I going to share? I have like an eyelash in my eye. And I just saw this like really cute 15-minute Abraham Hicks video. And it was like, it said something like, you'll remove 15 years of blockages by listening to this. And I was like, well, that is quite a title. So I'm going to listen and see what happens, what comes through to me. B Southern, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you as well. So last week we were talking about, and I shared this idea with you guys around listening to your intuition as your #1 sense. My intuition is my best sense. Now we don't talk about it as children. We don't grow up really learning about our intuition all that much. We are taught how to see, what does a cow say, what color is this, right? We're using our eyes and our ears. Does it feel fluffy? Does it feel rough? You know, all of these physical senses. But I decided that I was going to let my intuition be my #1 sense, and my physical senses were going to be my helper senses. That's what I call them. They help me understand if I'm on the right path. My intuition gives me guidance. I say, thank you, intuition. I take the action, and then something typically, at least once a day, appears in my physical reality that says, yes, Lindsay, you are going the right way. Good job. Keep it up, right? Tiff, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Jules, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Chrysalis, thank you for sharing the live. Thanks for being here. And so, to make it true this morning, I want to make sure I'm in the screen here. Okay, good. To make it true this morning, I was listening to this Abraham Hicks video, and she starts talking right out of the gate about quantifying, rather than quantifying our journey in terms of the physical and taking score of where we're at in the physical, she says we need to start quantifying it in terms of our emotion and our vibration. So I started thinking, this is the example she gave so you guys can understand where we're going with this, and then I'll kind of share like the way I started thinking about it. She says that they travel. If you know who Abraham Hicks is, it's a husband-wife duo. The husband has passed now, but their names were, her name is Esther, his name is Jerry, and she channels a high-density entity called Abraham. And so maybe you're not familiar with them, but this is where the information comes from. And she says they travel from Phoenix, Arizona to San Diego, and they know that if they go west, they know how to get there. They've done it a billion times, and if they go west, they will get there. She says what happens is that what we do as humans is we stop in the middle of our journey. So she gives the example, what if we're in the middle of the desert, because that's very much what it is. From Phoenix to San Diego is a lot of desert. If you've ever driven from like Los Angeles to Las Vegas, for example, you know what I'm saying. And she says, what if we stop in like the smallest little desert town and we start freaking out? We've just tapped into our senses. We start keeping score. We're like, well, we're not there yet. There's no food here. Where's the gas station? Like, and you start freaking out, rather than them just tapping into their senses and saying, I know this route. I know this journey. I'm following the guidance, and I know that the guidance will lead me to where I want to go. So she says that when we're in the middle of manifesting money, when we're in the middle of manifesting health, when we're in the middle of manifesting our best love partner ever, we tend to stop in the middle of it all. And sometimes we're past 50, we're like over 51% there, right? So we're more than halfway there. We stop in the middle of it all to stop and take some score. Oh, well, I still have this cold. This cough is still lingering. Mr. Right isn't at my doorstep, right? Where is the money in the bank account? And we start to take score, and what that does is it actually frustrates us, because now we're looking around and we're like, we've been going and going and going and it's not here. And then frustration ultimately leads to a slowing down of the manifestation, a resistance to the manifestation. Yes, high density meaning higher dimensional beings. You've started vibrating last night. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you are in touch with your energy. Tiff says, great topic. Well, thanks for being here, Tiff. All right, so she says this causes people to turn around and stop, sometimes more than halfway through. And she says things cannot manifest when you're frustrated, but frustration is not actually the cause of the slowing down. It's actually your own thoughts, right? Because what is frustration other than you thinking it's not coming? Other than you thinking, why am I not further along? Other than you thinking you should be further ahead. Other than you thinking by comparing yourself to somebody who's done whatever too in their lives, right? And so that's where the frustration comes from. It's really a thought. That's why it's so important to reprogram your subconscious mind, because we know the subconscious mind controls 95% of our thoughts and our behaviors. 95% of us is on autopilot every single day. That could be good for people like me. I've reprogrammed. It could not be good if you have not reprogrammed, right? All right. I am your father. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for sharing the live. The real Miss Mackie, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Jewel says, you are so right. Amazing. Well, some of this will be relayed information that I've learned, and others of it will be my own thoughts, and I'll let you know what the two are when they're different. So she goes on to say, to quantify your journey, you have to feel good about you have to care about how you feel. Now that's what she says. I take it a step further and I say, do you guys ever have that feeling where you have started something and you've been rather consistent at it, but it's not like you have any proof that you're doing anything? Like from an energetic perspective, it feels right. You're like, I just feel like I know it's coming. Have you ever had that conversation with somebody where you're like, I know it's gonna sound crazy because nothing has seemingly changed in my environment, but I just know, like I can feel it. I can feel it on its way to me. Do you have those conversations? That's you tapping into your emotions and your vibration. That's you saying, I'm following the guidance, I'm following the path, and I feel good. It feels good. And it's weird because you're like, well, how could I feel so good even though nothing has really changed? But you feel good because you know you're on the right path and you're taking actions and you're positive toward it, right? And you know it's on the way, so it's exciting. When you guys, this lighting is like really hurting my eyes today. There we go. I know it looks not better, but it's better on my eyeballs. So when you know that you are creating your reality, isn't there only reason to feel good? Because if you know what you're creating, one would assume you're excited about creating it, right? And if you're not excited about creating it, then I would ask you to step back and ask yourself, why am I actually creating this? Am I creating it because I was programmed at a young age to believe it's right? Am I creating it because society says I should? Am I creating it, like, why am I actually creating what I'm creating? Because if you know what you're creating and you're intentionally doing it, then there should be no need to stop in the middle of it to see where it's at. You should just keep going, saying, I know I'm creating it and I'm excited for when it finally lands in my lap, right? Right? Carrie says, my frustration is the overwhelm. Thank you for the gift. When it says got the number 3 gifter badge, I don't see some of those things. So you guys, thank you for the gifts. Sometimes I don't see what it is. My frustration is the overwhelm of all the things I need to do to get there. But all you need to do to get there, Carrie, is to align yourself energetically. Because if you're constantly following your heart and trusting and having the faith that it's on its way to you, the only thing then that becomes a frustration likely is impatience. But you're programmed to be impatient. I talk about it all the time. Amazon Prime proves that you are programmed to be impatient. The internet has programmed us to be impatient, right? We get everything like this at the snap of our fingers when it comes to information. But manifesting could be the same way. My eyeballs are still a little bit. I'm going to turn it the other way, you guys, and see. I'm just getting these weird, like, oh, that's way better. Sorry if it looks way worse, but geez, that was like really like, All right. Not creating is going with the flow, right? I don't know what you mean by that. Not creating, it's going with the flow, right? Can you reword that? Maybe take out the word right and just ask the question, just a solid question. Because when you're creating, you're going with the flow. Maybe that's the answer you're looking for. When you are creating, you're going with the flow. Okay, so when you have that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I just know it's on its way to me, that's called faith. And a lot of us need to learn how to cultivate faith. It's also something that we're not really programmed with. Maybe we had it at one point and then we had some weird experiences and we lost it. And so when we're standing in our faith, when you just know it's on its way to you, that's your faith. Stay in that power, right? That's like a superpower for people, is faith. I'm not talking faith the way religion has defined faith. I'm talking, I know in my entire being that as I stay focused and consistent and excited about what I'm doing, I know it will come to me. It must. That's one of the laws of the universe. It must, right? That's what faith is. So we talk God, source, universe, creator here. If you're new here and you don't know me, this is the first time we've met. I say label it what you want to label it, but we've got to kind of be mindful around words and understanding when I say a word, what I mean by it versus maybe what programmed words mean based on how you were raised, right? It's fine without the light. Thank you for that, real Miss Mackie. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I'm not over here like Oprah professional studio. I'm just, hanging out in my bathrobe in the morning chatting about vibrations and frequencies. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. It is what it is for me. It is what it is. Okay. She goes on to say, you are where you are. You are where you are. You got it. I get excited and I get my words messed up. Okay, cool, Jules. I'm glad. That's okay. You don't have to apologize for anything, or it's okay about the words messed up. I just want to make sure that it's clear so I can give a clear answer. So thanks for confirming. Yeah, when you're in the flow is when you're creating best, right? You tap into the flow state, time disappears. All of a sudden it's like, what was I just doing? I was creating, right? It's a really beautiful feeling. So they say you are where you are. She says you are where you are. She channels it. So can you just take a moment, maybe close your eyes, maybe put your hands on your heart, and just accept that you are where you are. Make peace with it. We can close our eyes real quick. If you are in a safe place where you can close your eyes and put your hand on your heart, I'm talking like you're not driving a car or something, right? You're not like cooking dinner on a stove or something, or breakfast. Just close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Maybe you want to declare after me with your voice. The words you speak do have power. I am where I am. I am where I am. I am where I am. Step one. You are where you are. It is what it is, right? And then once you figure out from a vibrational perspective where you're at, then you can start to work with your energy and learn your energy and heal those chakras that need to be healed, or understand your birth chart in a more meaningful way. Whatever it is for you that's going to help you with the awareness of who you are, not as a physical being on this planet, but as an energetic and spiritual and creative being of the universe, right? Thank you for the bubble gifts, the blow bubbles. Eliana is how you say it? Eliana? I hope so. Thank you for that. Super sweet of you. Thanks for being here. She says that all of your power is in the right here and now. Learning, Kaden Ryan says, learning to undefine everything learned and giving it a meaning that serves you has helped me a lot. Yeah, big time. That is you reprogramming your subconscious mind, right? You have said, these are definitions that have been given to me by somebody else, their beliefs, likely from the ages of negative, like before you were even an idea in somebody's mind, to the age of 7 years old. And you realize that their definitions might not resonate fully with your soul. And so you start to say, is this something that I actually believe? Is this a real definition for me? Right? And so you start to define things on your own terms. That happens a lot with my clients, especially religious clients that have spiritual awakenings and come to me and they say, I don't know about these words that they've taught me in my religion now. I don't even feel comfortable saying them anymore. And I say, that's okay. God, source, universe, creator, pick a name for it. Love, call it what you want. It's energy. Who cares? Anita, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Jewel says, be happy with what you have. Also, treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Yep, those are 2 good rules. Or, I guess, morals or standards to live by. Okay, so she says that when you can accept and make peace with where you're at in this lifetime, that's really powerful because your power is in the present moment. Your power is not in the past, and your power is not really in the future. It's right now. You're creating right now, right? You're not creating tomorrow. You're creating right now. Here, right now. Okay. So she says that your power is the power to turn a thought that feels better. You have the power in this present moment to either decide, are you going to think something that feels better, or are you going to think something that feels worse? Because remember, our vibration is like the collection of our energy, right? So is it buzzing in a way that feels positive? Thank you, Wendy. 1101111. Thank you for the hand hearts. And Teresa, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. There's only now. Time keeps us so limited. Yep, April, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I don't believe in time, and I know it's really not real. And in fact, you can create time. And I did such a powerful show on that. Oh my gosh. When somebody that was here, was it last Wednesday? By the way, you guys, if you just met me for the first time, I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is what we talk about. It's always a little bit different, but I'm always going to be teaching you about your energy so you can actually change your life, because that's how you change your life. And if you ever miss a show because you have work or something in the morning or whatever, maybe you're sleeping, then you can go to YouTube at I am Lindsay with Love, and you can catch every single replay. I've been recording those replays now for like 6 months or something like that, maybe 3 months. I don't know. I don't even know where we're at, what time we're at, what year are we in. I think it's been like 6 months since I've been doing the recordings on YouTube. And if you do go over to YouTube and you watch me there, just do me a serious solid and click subscribe, please. It really does help. Okay, thank you, Kaden, for the follow. Live a free, die hard. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Simply Spaced, thank you for being here. I love you. We connect. Thank you for sharing. Of course. Invite me, please. I don't know. Invite you to where? VIP Deborah says, I think it was Wednesday, and boy, it was powerful to think about time. Yeah, it was like, I taught you how to create time physically. I taught you how to create time mentally and kind of spiritually, emotionally as well. It was such a good show. It was probably hands down one of my best shows to date. And all of it was channeled to me in 10 minutes before the show started. So that was the coolest part. I was like, oh, hell yeah. My guides were like guiding that day. Vanessa, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Invite me to your lives, please. I don't know what that means to invite you. You're always welcome. I don't know what it means to. I have to invite people? Oh, geez, Louise. I can't be inviting everyone. I don't know how to invite. Can you explain to me how I would invite you? You are cordially invited to all my lives. Everybody that's listening and everybody that ever follows me or sees me is always invited to my energy. Okay, by the way, if you want to be closer to my energy, you might want to join the Cosmic Collective today, where I am truly teaching the members inside how to transform their lives by learning their energy and getting out of fear and all those things that are needed to change your life. Okay. She says recommends to make peace with where we are and exercise all of our power to think thoughts that feel best from where we are. Exercise all of our power. Because you're a very powerful person. Just maybe you have some issues with the word power. Maybe there's some limiting beliefs around the word power. If you don't like the word power, then how about you're empowered? Is that better? I think some people like the word empowered better than I'm powerful. Play with it, right? It's words, it's vibrations as well. Pink Pumpkin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. My DMs are not super open, so please just click the follow button and join my lives. I don't know what else to tell you about that. Baxi snuck in. In your viewer settings, you can make it so you're notified when she goes live. Yeah, I'm not going to be sending people messages about when I'm live. I'm live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark it down on your calendars. Click the notification button. Join me on YouTube. Like, I'm putting it in. You are powerful, so I know that you can do that for yourself. How about that? It was last Tuesday. Thank you, VIP Catherine, for that. Last Tuesday was a conversation around time. You can go to my YouTube at I'm Lindsay with Love if you want to learn about it. It was so cool. In fact, I will probably rewatch it for myself, and I do plan on breaking it down into smaller YouTube videos so people can go watch and not have to look for a live. Thank you, VIP Catherine. I appreciate it. All right, so she goes on to say, acknowledge that a larger part of you exists, which we know, right? You know that your physical body is the tip of the iceberg, and energetically you are just huge, expansive, enormous. You know that, right? And if you don't, like intuitively, it feels right probably when I say that. Susanna, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. And so she says, there's a larger part of you that exists that's calling you. And when you go in the direction of it, it feels better than when you go in the opposite direction of its calling, right? So, like, super simple example. Someone's like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner at this super crowded restaurant where it's going to be really loud at 9 p.m. tonight? And you're like thinking in your mind, you're like, I'm tired. I don't want to really go out at 9 p.m. Like maybe you have a slight headache. Maybe you just don't want to do that. But because it's like your bestie or something, you're like, okay, I'll go. And then you get there and it's awful. And you're like, why am I here? It's because the higher part of you said, you want to go to bed. You're tired. You need to rest. You have a headache. Maybe you should drink some water and snuggle into your bed and read a book and go to sleep. But instead, you went against your knowing. You went against the direction your heart desired to appease somebody else. And this happens in every life situation. This is something very simple and tangible so you understand. And you did not have a good time. That's very simple to understand, right? Beck says, I was going to join your YouTube live, but Nala, my cat, just ran in when she heard YouTube and wants cat TV. Oh no! Dang it, Nala. Just kidding. I hope that's how you say her name. Hello, Manifest with Caroline. Caroline? Welcome to the chat. Okay. So this is something that's very simple, right? And interestingly enough, it happens all the time in my Ask Your Higher Self sessions. It happens all the time. Somebody comes to me, they book a session. They say, I want to connect with you. I want to get some information through you. And I say, okay, let's do it. And it's almost like after one or two questions, they feel silly asking a question. They feel silly to ask any more questions. And I say, is there any more questions? Do you have anything else you want to know? Like, you know, you came here for a reason. You came to me for a reason. And most of the time, it's that they've asked a couple of questions, and now they have the confirmation that they know their higher self was guiding them in some way, right? So maybe you come to me and you say a question like, what was the meaning of this, this, and this? I kept seeing this. And then the higher self would say something like, I was guiding you to this. And you already knew the answer, but you just needed the confirmation to the question. And then maybe the person asks another question and they say, okay, it was ... But you already knew the answer to the question. Once again, maybe you just don't want to accept the answer for whatever reason. And most of the time the reason is because there is something that needs to be done from an action perspective that the person is too afraid to do. Your higher self is going to guide you toward your dreams and your goals, But remember, your higher self is the most intelligent energy, the most supportive and loving and kind energy. It's your job to take action. That's what your physical body is for, right? The physical body moves us towards our goals, quite literally. But if we're constantly resisting by saying, oh, no, I don't want to do that because I'm too afraid, then how will you open yourself up to reach your goals, to experience your manifestations in created form, in physical form, right? Sammy says, Thrive, welcome to the chat, thank you for the follow. DeBarber, welcome to the chat, thank you for the follow. Pink Pumpkin, thank you for sharing the live. April says, yeah. Yeah. Jill says, I call them brain farts. I have a million questions, then after a couple questions, my brain stops. Well, the higher self is going to guide you toward the action that must be taken. And the longer that you avoid taking that action, the longer it's going to take for your manifestation to come to you. And the longer that you avoid taking that action, it's almost like you have to, like the higher self can't say, well, if you were to take action B, by action F or G, you'd be feeling really good and all this. They go in order, right? And so if you don't take the action, and Jules, I'm not saying this about you, I'm just in general, if you don't take the action, the higher self can't guide you next, right? So that's quite an interesting kind of understanding that you're always being guided. And I was giggling today because I'm finishing my QHHT training through Dolores Cannon, and they're showing an example in a classroom where somebody volunteers to be hypnotized and the higher self comes through. And the girl in the beginning of the conversation, she's like, yeah, I've been in like 3 car accidents. I had a couple accidents when I was a kid, blah, 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 blah. And then when the subconscious is talking to Dolores and gathering information, basically the higher self is saying, she never listens. She just never listens. She's so stubborn. She thinks she's smarter than this. She thinks she knows, but she doesn't listen. We're trying to tell her. We're trying to guide her. But she's nervous. She lacks some confidence sometimes. She starts and she stops and she starts and she stops. She never listens. And Dolores says, well, how have you attempted to get her attention? And the higher self is laughing and is like, oh, so many ways. There's been so many ways. So you guys know the story when I got in that car accident and I really thought I was done. I thought my body was going to transition and I was going to go up to the ethers and go to do whatever I had to do there before I came back into a new life. I really thought. And instead, I just broke a fingernail. But I knew, and it's kind of strange because I had made right that day a couple of very strong decisions around the direction of my life, but I guess that was kind of the icing on the cake, right? What was my car accident other than me really being bonked over the head? Boom! My head smacked into the side of my airbag that came out by my neck because I got hit on the side. A big knock on the head. Wake up, Lindsay. You're going the wrong way. Then I'm learning all of this, and she says, the girl's talking about how her car just spun out. She just started spinning out. And in my mind, when I had my car accident, I said, please don't flip. Please do not flip. I had the top down on my nice car. That's completely totaled now and has been gone for many years. But I loved that car. And I said, please don't flip, please don't flip, please don't flip. And instead I just spun and spun and spun. And she said, perhaps you were spinning out of control. I said, oh, interesting, right? So energy is always talking to you. Accidents are not ever an accident. It's for you to understand a lesson and change direction, make a new choice, right? So I was kind of giggling about that this morning when Abraham was saying, acknowledge that a larger part of you exists and it's guiding you. It's guiding you to step into your power today and make a choice to go toward the direction of its calling. Because the second that we don't go toward the direction, all we're doing is putting chains around our own manifestations. We're resisting, right? Miss Marilyn, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. April says, stuck almost to now, move on to where you're supposed to be. Stuck almost to now, move on to where you're supposed to be. Stuck almost to now. What does that mean? I'm a little bit confused. Jules says, story is sounding like my bestie. She doesn't listen either and has suffered a lot. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say to that, but yes. So then I'm going to take it a step further and share with you this like little epiphany I had while I was writing down my notes for this conversation this morning. Which, of course, is just my higher self talking to me, right? It's not some big epiphany. It's just, hello, you finally put the dots together. I do have residual energy hanging out right here in my neck because that's really all that hit. The airbag came right here, and I was in a convertible, so I'm sitting down low, and it just jolted the heck out of me. And so I do have this residual kind of energy that lingers once in a while. For the most part, it's not there, but sometimes, like right now, I'm like, what the heck? And I started thinking about like what the neck does. What does our neck do for us? It helps us see in different directions, right? Well, if I know the left side of the body equals the past and the right side of the body equals the present and moving forward, then maybe I have been looking at the past for something for a good amount of time that causes a little bit of annoyance in the body. I'm literally hearing like, yes, yes, yes. Now, I think it's kind of important to share my story so you guys know where I'm coming from and you know that I've been on my spiritual awakening since 2019 and I've had my Kundalini rising right after that and I have had all these like kind of wild experiences that have led me here. So I think I'll do a little bit of meditating on this idea and a little bit of automatic writing after the show so I can really understand what I've been looking toward the past on, because I would hate to say that I can't share my examples anymore, but let's see what the guides say. Let's see what the guides say. I'm just getting caught up with the comments. If you guys are enjoying this, can you double tap the screen a few times over? Just can't get stuck on, just stuck, can't move on. LOL, oops. Just stuck, can't move on. Just stuck, can't move on to where you're supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. Jules, automatic writing is where you, this is what I recommend, is you meditate for a little bit, at least maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you write a question at the top of a paper, and you allow yourself to write without thinking. You just start writing. And whatever's coming through is the answer to the question. So oftentimes I'll write a question, something like, and I automatic type, simply because my writing, my hand starts to hurt, it turns into chicken scratch, I can't read it because it's going so quickly, so I'll automatic type. But I'll ask a question like, what does my audience need to know today? If my audience wanted to change their lives drastically, what would they need to know today? So a lot of the information I gather is through my own channeling and my own automatic writing. You're welcome. All right. So she says, Abraham Hicks says, when you lighten up and turn toward your heart, when you lighten up, like we're supposed to be having fun on this in this lifetime. We came here because we were excited to be here to be a master manifestor and create our reality. I think that's pretty exciting. I think that's something to look forward to every day. What do I get to create? How do I get to learn my energy more? Can I tune in a little bit deeper and really connect with something? Can I open myself up to something more? These are things I think about all the time. And she says, when you lighten up and turn toward your heart, you'll start to feel relieved and you'll really open yourself up to your desires. I think about like, and I think maybe some people can relate to this. I've had some really crap relationships in my life. It wasn't until I really stood in my own worthiness and set some boundaries for myself that I found my soulmate, my partner. And even that was like, I needed to put my foot down. I needed to create really strong boundaries and implement them. Even though it hurt me to implement the boundaries, I would have to say, no, I am worthy of the love I desire and the respect I desire and all of those things. So I think it's easy with relationships to think about like, you know, at the beginning, when you first break up with somebody that you're not meant to be with, it's sad and it hurts. But after a while, it feels like, thank goodness I freaking did that. Thank goodness, like I made the right decision. Anybody? I think about all the guys that I've dated a little bit or for a good amount of time, and I just think like, thank goodness I followed my heart and said, you know, this isn't exactly working for me anymore. It's as simple as that, right? And you apply it to every area of your life, not just relationships. You apply it to your job. Am I fulfilled here? You apply it to where you live. You apply it to the things you have. Allow yourself to release things that don't serve you anymore so you can bring in those things that do and help you really expand yourself and evolve into your greatest energy, into your greatest lifetime. You came here to create your best reality. Lily says, absolutely. It took 12 years, but I feel relieved now. Paige says, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I was in like a really awful relationship when I was really young. And I can't say that it was really awful because looking back at it now, it taught me exactly what I didn't want for my adult life. So good thing I got it out of the way when I was so young, right? But in the time, in the thick of it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so awful. But then on the other side of it, you're like, thank you. You know, you can have gratitude for that experience, right? VIP Deborah says, thank goodness I got enough guts to leave my ex-husband to be safe with the kids, and look at me now. Exactly. Look at you now. Always. And relationships are the easiest one, I think, to give that example, because I think a lot of times we can look back and say, like, I'm grateful that that experience taught me a lot. But it can be with anything. It could be with anything. Beck says, gotta have the hard bad relationships, no, does not serve you. Yep. Mari, the enlightened view, thank you for the follow, welcome to the chat. Paige, thank you for the follow. Okay. So when we talk about this turning to lighten up our heart, lighten up and turn toward our heart, Abraham Hicks gives a really cute example. And it's something that's a little bit more lighthearted, but I think it really drives the message home. She says, her and her husband, when they're on the freeway, they had a big like tour bus almost, a kind of camper, like a big camper, maybe tour bus. And she says they would be driving 75 to 80 down the highway. And then they would come up to a city and they would hit city traffic. And so they would come to a complete standstill, right? Have you ever been in a traffic jam in California? It's not fun. The first one is exciting. You're like, oh my gosh. I moved from a town of 4,000 people to Los Angeles. When I had my first traffic jam, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Then after about a year of traffic jams, I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of old. But anyway, she says they hit a standstill. And she says they kind of start to get a little annoyed because they're just sitting there, right? And they want to be moving forward. Their heart wants to be moving forward. And she says then the traffic starts to loosen up a little. And even though maybe now they're only going 20 miles per hour, it's consistent and it feels like a relief. They're no longer just sitting there. This is you lightening up your heart and allowing yourself to move toward it, right? You feel relieved. You open yourself up to your desires. Now she says, what if when they started to go 20 miles per hour, even though it wasn't 80, they decided to turn around and go the other way? That would make 0 sense. 0 sense. But that's what happens. We get going into the middle of our journey. We stop in the middle. We look around. Oh my gosh, my bank account's still the same numbers. My clients are still the same numbers. My pants still fit me the same. I still have this lingering cough. I'm going to just give it all up. And the second that you make that choice to be annoyed or frustrated or impatient, and be careful because you're very much programmed to be impatient. That's how they keep you playing small and programmed and easy to control. Yeah, I said it. The second that happens, you've slowed down your manifestation from coming to you. And then now you're even more frustrated because you're like, well, crap, right? It takes focused faith. It takes focused faith. I know that if I stay consistent at this, I will receive my results. It is one of the laws of the universe. Okay. I feel like I need to buy like a little microphone that's like a blow up microphone that's like this big so I can like mic drop, but it's not going to make a lot of noise or hurt me or like ruin my computer. Maybe I should look for that. Make that a TikTok video so I can send it to someone, please. Okay. That was kind of channeling, but I'll try. Where are we at? What marker are we at? I can find it on YouTube. We are at time 38:30 on YouTube. Let me just write it down in my notes. 38:30 on YouTube. What day are we on? It's President's Day. 38:30 TikTok video. So when this kind of inspiration hits, you're a message for me right now. I write it down, even if I'm in the middle of a show, because when inspiration hits, you've got to write it down. There's a reason for it, right? There's a reason for it. Could be my next viral video, and you just totally helped me out. So let's see what happens. All right, you love the traffic analogy. Yeah, that one's really helpful, I feel like. RV, camper, yeah, it's like a camper, but it's like a big, big one. A big one, almost like a tour bus. But maybe it's a camper, I don't know. I think they're kind of one and the same when they're that big, right? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Well, we've got about 10 minutes before we should start manifesting, actually, you guys. We should start manifesting, but in fact, we're so close to being done. I I think we'll just finish the show and then we'll start manifesting it around 10. So FYI, at the end of every show, Mondays and Tuesdays, it's free. We manifest together and we get on what's called the energetic wave, where I set your energy in a good vibration for the rest of the day. On Wednesdays through Fridays, it is for my subscribers only, as a nice thank you to my VIPs. If you're interested in becoming a VIP, click the, I think there's a star down here, or you click up here or something like that. Finish. VIP Deborah says, yeah, I think so. Lily says, I've been following Abraham since 2009. Yeah, super cool energy. So one of my biggest inspirations, and one of the reasons that I felt comfortable to say I can channel energy and I am clairaudient. It always helps when somebody brave goes before you. So yeah, I look up to Abraham and Bashar and all of the really powerful channelers of our lifetime. I think that they've given us so much information. Quo, LL Research, so powerful. So powerful. Okay. Ra-Uru-Hu, channeling human design. I mean, to channel human design, wild to me. Wild. Jules, that's super sweet. Thank you for sharing that. She says, I'm looking up to you. That's super sweet. You got this. You all have this, right? Everyone has intuition. Everyone has specific heightened powers. Mine happen to be clairaudience. I hear, and they're all decent, but clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience are my strongest, right? Okay, so she goes on to say that you are, let's see, you are an expansive being, and when you feel frustrated and stuck in life, it's because you're resisting your own expansion. Diana, thank you for the subscription. Thanks for being here. Abraham, who? Missed that. Abraham Hicks, Bex, Abraham Hicks. It's a husband-wife duo. Although Jerry has passed now, her name is Esther, and she channels an entity, high-density beings called Abraham. It's a group. Most people that channel a group. I don't think Bashar is technically a group, though. I think Bashar is Bashar. Yeah, we all have all of our senses. Like, I have them too. Like, I have a very heightened sense. I can see energy on the walls, but I can't, like, see, I don't see auras that well, for example. So my clairvoyance isn't really tuned in, but I can see energy on walls, which I think is kind of weird. I'm like, why can I see the energy on the walls, but I can't see anything else? I don't know. And I can smell really good too. But mine is not smelling like yours, VIP Deborah, where it's, well, sometimes, like, I can smell my grandpa or my dad, because my grandpa would smoke cigars, my dad would smoke cigarettes back in the, like, way back in the day. But more of mine is like, I can smell the undertones of the words that people are saying, and I can tell if the words are, what's coming out of the mouth is what somebody really wants to say. It's like, I can smell the difference. It's very strange. What is going on with my eye? That is a sign for you, I believe. What do you mean with my eye? My eyes from, like, a heightened sensitivity? Yeah, if anyone wants to learn more, go to Hay House or hang out with me. But yeah, I guess we could promote Hay House too. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of resources. You could go learn from anybody. I don't know. I had an eyelash earlier. It was just kind of bugging me. Okay, so she goes on to say that basically you've sent out all these desires, right? She calls them rockets of desires. You send out all these things you want. It's normal to want things as a human. So if you can't even be cool with yourself saying, I want this, I want millions of followers. I want millions of followers because if I have millions of followers, that means I've probably empowered millions of people. I want more money too. Why? Because money is a form of energy in this life, this reality that I currently live in, that helps me have more abundance that I can share with more people, okay? So you've got to be okay saying what it is you desire. And we've sent out all these desires, and they're attempting to come to us. They're swirling in the ethers, and they're trying to come together in a way that's dense enough to land in our reality. And you're either allowing yourself to go toward these desires and accept your expansion or not. And you're doing this by what you are thinking and what you are doing. So remember, I was sharing how my clients will come to me and they'll say, like, okay, well, I have a question about this relationship. I have a question about my life purpose. They know what they need to do, but they don't like the answer. And so they choose not to do it. And by choosing not to take the action, they end up in their suffering. They're suffering, so their thoughts start to go a little bit negative, and now all of a sudden they're in a very resistant state to their desired expansion. It's that simple. It really is. So can you allow yourself to get out of your own comfort zone? And if you have to, Mel Robbins the crap out of it. Mel Robbins is the one of the reasons I was ever able to go live on TikTok. Mel Robbins, 54321 is one of the reasons I quit my job and took a $25,000 pay cut to follow my dreams. 54321. Close your eyes, push the button. 54321. Close your eyes, send the email. 54321. Close your eyes, send the text message, whatever it is, so you can actually move past this fear, right? Yes, you are live. I enjoy you. Lily, yeah, I'm just teasing with you. Jessica, yay, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there's lots of resources. Abraham Hicks is a resource. Florence Scovel Shin is a powerful resource. Grandpa Bob Proctor, Grandma Dolores Cannon. I mean, any of the thought leaders that were way before their time, that were telling us these things. Neville Goddard, Catherine Ponder, years ago. I'm talking, 80, 90, 100 years ago. Imagine what they had to go through to say, this is what I know. Well, how do you know? Well, I just know. Yeah, but prove it. Well, you kind of have to prove it for yourself, right? Kind of have to prove it for yourself. But I like to prove it for you as well. Every day I remind myself and I tell my higher self, God, Source, Universe, Creator, I say, I will continue to take small actions toward my dreams every single day, and I will allow them to come into manifested form for me, because that is a way that I can inspire others to be brave enough to do it for themselves. Because you create your reality and I create mine. And nobody else can create your reality for you, by the way. You create your VIP. Aaron is in the house. Just a drive by to say good morning. Well, good morning, VIP Aaron. Thank you for the heart me. Did you get to sit down with your Know Thyself birth chart report this weekend? And if you did and you have fingers free for 1 second, how did it feel? Hi May, May, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. You guys, I write astrology reports, and right now I have 0 reports in my queue. That means that if you purchase a report today, it will be out the door much quicker than the quoted time. Depending on the report, it's anywhere between like 21 to 30 days. Just depends on the report and how big it is. Hello, May says. VIP Aaron says, I did. It was so validating and empowering. That makes me so happy. I was writing it. I was like, oh, she's going to pop off after she reads this. Not that you're not already popping off, but I just feel like, okay, it was like permission granted, I feel. Thank you for that. Okay. So Abraham Hicks says, it's all up to you. You are driving and you are in control. You have your hands on the steering wheel and you have your foot on the gas pedal. Are you going to steer yourself and push the gas toward your desires, or are you going to go in the opposite direction? That's your choice, right? VIP Aaron says, did a bit of different routing this AM as a result. Ooh, I love this. Lily says, can I explain more about it, the report? Yes, I can. There are 4 different reports technically. If you buy the Know Thyself birth chart report, if you purchase it, is an entire analysis of your birth chart. An entire analysis. I'm talking where the planets are situated. I'm talking the aspects. I'm talking love, money, business, career. I'm talking what else? The shape of your chart, where the planets are on the western side, on the eastern side. Are they rising or are they setting? Are they above the horizon? Are they below the horizon? There's so much to say about it. I talk about your soul's purpose in that report, and I give an intuitive reading as well as what I believe you're here to do in this lifetime based on your strongest planets. I look at the negative potentials in your chart, the positive. I look at the elements, the modalities. It is like 50 pages of me typing about you. If you don't want to go that route yet, you could buy the Your Soul's Purpose report. It's a smaller report, around 10 to 11 pages. All the smaller ones are around like 8 to 11 pages, depending on the report. So Your Soul's Purpose is looking at the strongest powers in this lifetime that you have and why you're here, from an intuitive perspective and from an astrological perspective. The Fast Money report tells you exactly how you make money in this lifetime, which is a good one. And then there's the Wake Up and Win report. Most people have a struggle with inconsistency in their lifetime, but consistency is how you will get everything you desire. Consistent focus, consistent faith, consistent small actions towards your dreams and goals. And so the Wake Up and Win report really outlines lessons in this lifetime where you might be inconsistent and how to manage those energies. So there's lots of different options. You can bundle a couple and save, or you can just go for the gusto. And if you really want to know all about yourself, you just got to go for it. And I offer Afterpay and Klarna and all those things. VIP Aaron says, so much more than I ever expected. Lily says, I have ADD, so I need shorter. Release the idea that you have ADD so you can release ADD from your life. VIP Deborah says, same here. VIP Aaron, thank you for that. Lily, I've been with her for 9 months and thought I knew what to expect from the report, but it was so... Ah! I missed the first comment, VIP Aaron. Oh my gosh, that makes my heart so happy. VIP Aaron, as I was writing it, I thought to myself, VIP Aaron is a published author. I better write very well. I was like, Lindsay, you better be writing some good sentences, girl. Okay, anyway, that makes me so happy. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. And I'm more than happy to discuss, you know, in the Cosmic Collective if you need to. I was like, okay, someday if I become a published author, VIP Aaron's over here reading as a published author. I better be doing good. I needed this today, feeling stuck. Mina, holistic life coach. Allow yourself to be unstuck, right? Allow it. Oh, I have a cuckoo clock. That's so nice. All right, let's finish the conversation. We've got to finish. I have a few more things I want to say. The clock, Beck says, yeah, I turned it back on. I haven't had it on for a while. Thank you for the bubbles, VIP Aaron. I appreciate you. For those that are looking for, oh, I hit my goal. Oh, 50% of my goal. Thank you, VIP Aaron, for being a title gifter and lighting up my gift gallery. Where did I get my clock? Midwest is best. I got it from a website called Bavarian Clocks. It is actually like an authentic, hand-carved cuckoo clock from the Bavarian woods of Germany. It is a very like legit, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's a piece of art. It really is. You need one. Yeah, go check them out. It's an investment, but I think it's well worth it because in my mind it's art. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so she goes on to say, you are driving, you're in control, your foot is on the pedal, your hands are on the steering wheel. All that's next is to focus your alignment with what you want. And when you do that, it must appear in your experience. I mean, a lot of you, my OGs, my VIPs, like my A1s from day one, you met me when I had 6,000 followers. I have 30,000 followers almost. I'm gonna have 50,000 followers pretty soon, and then I'm gonna have 100,000 followers pretty soon. You're seeing me create my reality, right? I'm focused. I'm having a good time doing it. It's exciting, right? And that's why it is appearing. It has got to appear. That is the rules of the universe. All right, she says there's always going to be more desires and wanting because we're humans. We came here to create our best reality, and so we get something and we're like, well, we could do better than this, and we could do better than this. My A1's from day one. I've not heard you say that one before. Yeah, one of my like favorite songs ever is that G-Eazy and Kalani song. It's I'll raise a cup up for all my day ones, two middle fingers for the haters. Life's always getting greater. I love that song. I mean, I don't really care about my haters because, you know, I don't really, like, I'm not focused on what people think of me, but I do really love that song. It's like a good hype song for me. Anyway, so she says there's always going to be more desires and wanting, so the joy isn't getting what you want, it's the journey of tuning yourself in and understanding how you manifest. That's the exciting part. Because once you do it one time, you can do it again and again and again and again and again. You are a master manifestor. You would not have been allowed to come to Earth if you were not. That's so powerful in and of itself. Wow, they wouldn't have let me through the ethers and landing on Earth if I wasn't a master manifester. Well, now that I know, I can start manifesting my reality. I thought the same. I like that. Yeah, I say A1s from day one all the time. That's funny. I've never said it live. Yeah, love that song. Oh yeah, thanks for sending that song in Discord. Yeah, there's another one I'm going to send today because I've just, it's been such a good, I don't know. I'm just feeling so good lately. I do know. It's because I'm following my heart. That's why I feel so good. I shouldn't say I don't know because I do. All right, so if you guys are enjoying this and you want to hang out with me more, I do run what's called the Cosmic Collective. I would call it a spiritual community, but it's more like a lifestyle community. It's more like if you are stuck in some area of your life, I don't care what it is. It could be worthiness, relationships, self-confidence, self-esteem, past programming, a job, literally anything. I don't care what it is. I know that energy is how you change your life. So when you change your energy and you understand it, you will change your life inside. So maybe it's not a spiritual community, but more just like a transformational community. You get access to a daily Discord, so I'm there every day hanging out with the ladies inside. And you get monthly spiritual lessons, you get monthly group energy healings, and you get twice a month Q&As live on Zoom with me, where you can ask me questions to change your life. And by the way, for the Cosmic Collective members that are here, we're hanging out on Friday, this Friday at 10 a.m. spiritual Q&A, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love all the hype songs. Okay, have a great day, VIP Aaron. Thanks for driving by. VIP Catherine says, love all the hype songs. I made them into a playlist on YouTube and Jam. Go on, girlfriend. I love that. I love that. Well, I'm going to add some more to it today. So Abraham Hicks says, these are the steps basically in this desire of wanting and creating. She says, contrast causes you to want something, right? So you know right now there's something in your life you don't want. That's the contrast. so you know what you do want. I have $100 in my bank account and I want thousands. So I know that's what I want, thousands, right? Step 2, you have clarity of your direction or your thoughts, and your thoughts line up with it, right? So step 1, you want something. Step 2, you have clarity of direction. So you start to line your thoughts up to it. It's on its way to me. I got this. I got this. You become an energetic match to it, and then the universe delivers it. And then you want something again, and you have clarity of thought and direction that lines you up with it. You steer yourself and you push the gas toward the right direction. You become a vibrational match to it. You're excited and focused and ready to receive it. It comes to you, and it goes in a circle like this. And then you want more, and then it comes, and then you want more, and then it comes. This is very simple. Very simple. Amanda, thank you for the follow. How do we get in? VIP Diana, you can click the click up here, and there's a link in my bio. The link says free Detox Your Energy Masterclass or free Energy Detox Masterclass, but inside there's other products. And I'll tell you, I have a computer right here. I want to say it's number 1 or 2 or 3. Let's see where it's at on the list. It's called Cosmic Collective. It's a membership. Once you're in, you're in. It's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. Number 5 in that list. By the way, the sooner that you learn your energy and spend time with people that are high vibrational, the faster you'll change your life. So a big part of being inside of that collective is, are you participating inside of the collective? I have members that are hanging out, VIP members that are here right now that have completely changed their lives already. I've only been running the collective for like 8 months, 7 months, since I think June, you guys. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 9 months. You've changed your entire life in 9 months. So anyway, but it's up to you, right? It's up to you if you want to change your life or not. I can help you change your life, but you have got to allow me to help you. That's the big thing. And some people prefer to suffer. It is what it is. Okay, she goes on. I go on to say, She says, realize that someone can be thinking what feel. Oh, this is important to know, and then we'll get on with the manifesting. She says, realize that someone can be thinking what feels like a positive thought to them, but is actually a negative thought to somebody else in the conversation. VIP Catherine says, me, I'm on version 2.0 after meeting and joining everyone in the collective. Yep, Catherine, you're one of my best students. And I'm very proud of you for that, so thank you. I really am. So have you ever been talking to somebody and it's like, man, they're like really complaining about something. This is such a negative conversation. And you're like, if they were to just stop complaining, they would be like way ahead. They would be manifesting everything. But to them, maybe they're actually feeling better than they felt a couple of minutes ago. And by the words they're using, they're feeling better and better and better. And they're kind of talking themselves out of this lower vibration. So it's important to be mindful when you're hanging out with somebody of not judging their vibration, because you could be in a way higher vibration than them, but they're actually moving up, even though it doesn't seem like that to you. So that's something to be mindful of. It's a little bit more of maybe an advanced idea, but if you work with energy, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So she says, is your positive, from whatever you're thinking now, is it positive from where you were at? And if the answer is yes, then you're good. So say yesterday I had the worst day ever, and I was ready to just like, I don't know, go crazy and like break something. And today I'm like, okay, that was really annoying, but like I'm kind of getting over it. Now, being in a really frustrated and annoying low vibration still isn't the best vibration, but it's better than the day before where I was ready to like break something. Which, by the way, that is such an unreal example for my life, but it's trying to be extreme so you can understand, right? She says, you tend to your own vibration. You are the boss of your own vibration. You are not the boss of anybody else's vibration. Even if you are a healer, even if you are somebody who works with others in a life coach capacity, in a health capacity, anything like that, in a therapy capacity, it is not your job to tend to somebody else's vibration. You control your vibration. That is it. Nobody else is. And when you can relieve yourself of, this is my job to make somebody else happy, now boom, you've just gotten all this energy back so you can actually go manifest your best reality. And then what happens is, as you do this consistently, this is what she says, you will train yourself into such alignment with who you really are that you'll begin to view the world through the eyes of source, God, source, universe, creator, whatever you want to call it, and people will feel this energy radiating off of you, and they will see you as one of the most uplifting people that they have ever met, and as somebody that always gets what they ask for, as a master manifester. That's how they'll begin to see you, because you are so turned in and tapped in. Turned in, tapped on, tuned in is what she says. Tapped in, tuned in, turned on, something. That's what she says, to your own energy. So learn you. How do you learn you? You learn your birth chart. It's one of the biggest blueprints to your energy in this lifetime. You become wildly aware of your thoughts. And when you have thoughts, you ask yourself, whose thought is this? Is this my thought, or is this a thought that my mom told me when I was 6 years old? And because my mom told me it when I was 6 years old and I'm programmed to it, do I believe it or not? Right? That's why they say the spiritual journey is really, in my mind, 3 parts from what I've experienced so far. First, you heal. You learn your chakra system. By the way, I have healing courses called the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course, if this is what you want to do for yourself. You learn your chakra system, you heal yourself. Then from there, you start to feel good and you start to love all parts of you. Even the shadow parts, the dark parts. You realize you're whole and you're complete and you are all things. If you see it in somebody else that lives inside of you, good or bad, it doesn't matter. So you say, I love the maybe less than exciting parts of you, and you're really excited about the bright and light parts of you, and you really exude that energy out. That's the self-love journey. And you become really cool with yourself. And now you're onto the truth-seeking part of the journey, which is, if I tend to my reality, and I do it in these ways, and if I play with my vibration this way, and if I walk and get my steps in for 39 days or 60 days, will my body change? And if I drink enough water, could I program myself? If I do, like, you start to experiment. It's a grand experiment. You are the adventurer, you are the scientist, you are the researcher, you are all of it. You are the creator. Kobe, I think is how you say your name. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. I needed to hear that, Tony says. Tony, I have no idea what I said because I'm just seeing your comments, but thank you for that. Me as well, moving forward. VIP Deborah, yes, you are also one of my best students. Jules says, when my bestie calls, my heart goes into palpitations in a draining way. What can I do to calm it? Shield your energy. But also, if your bestie is making you feel that way, like, is it your bestie? Because that's a weird energy to have if it's your bestie. I would say check out Jules. There's the first pinned video on my TikTok page. Teaches you how, it's a quick chakra meditation, and then you ground, you center, and you shield your energy. You protect your energy. Catherine says, protect your energy, just what I said. Yep. Tony says, I need to hear that. Warrior 217, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Catherine says, Jules, just stick around. We can definitely help you guide you. We can definitely help guide you to your higher self. Yep. Okay, I'm ignoring her for now. Well, you can just set some boundaries, right? Just set some boundaries. Okay, you guys, that's the end of the show. We've got things to do. I'm 10 minutes behind, but I guess I was about 7 minutes late to my own show because I was changing some things. Did you guys notice? I changed this. It now says changing your life by teaching you energy, because that's actually what I do. And I think that's the simplest form. That's the easiest way to say what I do for people without it sounding too hippy dippy, right? Because I think reprogramming your subconscious mind, people might think, oh, what does that mean? Are you going into my brain and changing it? And I would say, well, kind of, but you're actually doing it for you. Anyway, welcome to the show. If you enjoyed this and you want to hang out with me in a greater capacity, you might want to join the Cosmic Collective. If you enjoyed this and you're ready to heal yourself, get into the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. It teaches you exactly how to heal yourself. If you enjoyed this and you need to know more about who you are, get an astrology report. I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. It doesn't have to be through me. If you don't really love me, you could find somebody else to do it for you. You could teach yourself how to do it for yourself. Just do it for yourself. That's the important part, right? 20,000. Yes, VIP Deborah says. VIP Deborah, thank you for all, you guys, thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. VIP Catherine says to Jules, boundary for sure. Once you shield your energy, then try to open up the convo. Yeah, a lot of life ends up happening squirrely because of a lack of boundaries. But boundaries are important. Remember, boundaries are you saying, I love myself enough that I'm not going to accept this. And the boundary to the other person says, I love you so much, I'm going to give you an opportunity to evolve. Now, what somebody else does with the opportunity that you've given to them is up to them. Because once again, you're not the boss of their energy. You're the boss of your energy. That's it. And by the way, nobody else can take your energy, mess with your energy or whatever. Okay. All right, let's get our journals out. I've been doing this now for a while. I don't know. We started on November 7th with this process. It's by Dr. James Doty. He's a neurosurgeon. He says he's proven that the body does change when we manifest. I did this from November 7th to January 21st, and I gained 8,000 TikTok followers in about 2 months. So that's pretty good. Now I'm building out my YouTube subscribers. So step 1, he says, is write out your desires. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. Step 4, visualize. But I'm going to make it better for you. I'm going to make it so that's faster and easier. Step 1, you write out what you desire, but you add in the 5 senses. So add into your senses. I'm going to read as I write so you understand what I mean. My goal is to have millions of YouTube subscribers thousands, whatever, millions of TikTok followers. That's my goal. And it's not a selfish goal. It's because the more I share this knowledge, the more people will become empowered, and maybe they'll share it too, right? And we'll all become better versions of ourselves. So I vividly see 1,000 subscribers or more. If you're going to use a number, always add or more so you don't limit yourself. Interacting with me and others on YouTube Live. And I feel, so first I vividly see, and now I feel so fulfilled that so many people are experiencing their own abundance and empowerment. I just created a YouTube video, you guys. We're not gonna have enough time today if you need help with writing out your manifestation. But if you need help writing out your manifestation to add in your senses, there is a YouTube video I just posted recently. It's called something like the formula to manifest anything or something like that. It's a short video. And if you need help writing out your manifestation, go to my YouTube at I am Lindsay with Love, at I am Lindsay with Love. Subscribe. And then write it there, and I'll write it out for you. I will help you. Free 50 free, I will help you. All right, step 2, read it silently to yourself. Step 3, read it out loud. So do that now. I'm not gonna read it out loud because I already read it out loud once. So you read it out loud. Flint, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Jules says, Catherine, VIP Catherine, you're amazing. VIP Catherine says, thank you. I'm simply sharing what I've learned from Lindsay and our collective. Oh, that's super, super sweet. What are we supposed to do? I missed it. Mina, step 1, write out your manifestation. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. When you write it out, don't just write out what you want. Don't say I want. Especially don't say I want. Don't use the word want, because want, when you put the idea that you want something and you keep putting it out that you want it, the universe is going to say, well, you'll keep wanting it forever and ever. You'll keep wanting it. So you say, I vividly see, put the senses into it, right? All right, step 4 is to visualize. Dr. James Doty says, put your hands in prayer and visualize. I say, let's make it better than that. We are going to put our hand chakras, we're going to get them going. We have energy wheels in our hands, the chakras in the hands. That's why everybody's hands are healing hands. We put our hands to our heart. Good morning, Lala. Welcome to the chat. What if you're stuck and you don't know what you want? Well, then you need to figure that part out first. Step 1. And not in a blunt way, but that just is what it is. You have got to know what you want, or the universe can't deliver it to you. So that's step 1. I wrote some YouTube videos, you guys. There's some videos on my YouTube around blocking your manifestations and this formula. So if you want to rewatch, then make sure to go to my YouTube at I'm Lindsay with Love and subscribe. Okay, so you breathe in, closing your eyes, putting your hands on your heart. We're going to activate our heart chakra now. Breathing in, pulling the energy through the nose, through your heart. And on the exhale through the nose, you bring the energy out of the heart. Now you're breathing through your nose, breathing in, but you're visualizing the air going into your heart, and the exhale, you're visualizing the air out of the heart. On the next inhale, you're going to bloom a flower in your heart, and you're going to make the petals as big as you can, wide, 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 all the way past the cosmos to the central sun. Tap that sun with your petals, and on the exhale, you bring that energy back to the heart. Bringing your attention now to the back of your heart chakra, so kind of between your shoulder blades, breathing in through the nose into the back of your heart chakra, exhaling through the nose through the back of the heart chakra, breathing into the heart chakra, and exhaling out. And on the inhale, you're going to bloom the back of the heart chakra open, big, 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 wide, 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 touching the central sun with your petals. And on the exhale, you're bringing this energy back to your heart chakra. And now, rather than watching your life on a movie screen, you are the leading star of the show. So you're going to act. What are you going to act out? Well, whatever it is you're manifesting. For me, I'm using my right hand, and I've moved it off my heart chakra now, and I'm holding a phone. It's a pretend phone because I'm actually on my phone right now. So I'm holding a pretend phone, and I'm talking to a woman. Her name is Anne, and she is my moderator manager. She is the person who makes sure that when we're on YouTube Live with over 1,000 subscribers interacting with me live, she makes sure everyone's being respectful, it's a safe space, she's pinning things, she's telling me which questions I should answer, she's managing it. She has a team, there's 4 more people. It's a big deal. And every day after our shows, I talk to her and I say, how did I do, Anne? What's going on? Do we need to adjust anything? And I say, thank you so much for all of your work, your team, I appreciate you. And that's what we do. And that's it. But you have to realize that you must act it out. Visualizing is not enough. Don't just watch a movie of your life. You are the director, you're the writer, you're the director, you're the makeup person, you're the hairdresser person, you're the stylist, you are the leading star of the show. It's your show, it's your reality, so create it, right? And that's it. That's all you got to do. The rest of the day, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to obsess over it. You just need to trust that it's on its way to you and follow your heart toward it, right? So now we're going to get what's called the energetic wave. So if you're new here, this is very simple to do as well. You're going to breathe a little. Don't say take one, VIP Deborah says. Yeah, take one. You mean take 2? This is very simple to do. We're going to do some breathing and we're going to do some manifesting as well together. We're going to do some affirmations. So close your eyes, deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. The manifesting club doors are open for those that want to join. We manifest together next under the energy of the new moon in Pisces on the 27th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. Ooh, wait, is it 10 a.m. or 8 p.m.? Sorry, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 27th. It's $11 a month to join. You can find all this information on my profile and the link in my profile. It says free detox energy masterclass or energy detox, but inside there's a bunch of options for you. It's $11 a month. Doors are open until the 24th. One more deep breath in. Letting it go. Repeating these words out loud and only silently if you must. The words you speak do have power, so say them with conviction from your solar plexus chakra and with love and intention from your heart chakra. You might want to put one hand on your solar plexus and one hand on your heart to see where your energy is actually vibrating while you're speaking. Repeating these words now. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. You're happy, you're manifesting your best reality. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong and I can do this. And you smile big and you show me your teethers. You're happy, you're creating your best reality. Most people aren't, so be proud of yourself. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. And you take that thought, that idea, that vision, that feeling, and you breathe it up the chakra system, breathing in, pulling the energy up the spine, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator out of the crown, the top of your head, so God, Source, Universe, Creator can understand what the heck we are co-creating together. And on the exhale, you bring this idea, this thought, this feeling, this vision down, 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 down the chakra system. Add some confidence to it. You will move forward past your fears today. Let it sink into your root chakra at the base of the spine, cementing the energy in a clockwise fashion if you are somebody who uses your energy and knows how to work with it to create. One more time, I'm doing it with you. Breathing in, pulling this energy up the chakra system, giving your idea to God, Source, Universe, Creator out of the crown, building it, feeling it, seeing it. And on the exhale, you're bringing the energy down, down, down the chakra system, letting it go all the way down the spine, where it gets to the base of the spine, and you cement it in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. You're on the energetic wave, my friend. So many new people in the chat today. If you enjoyed this and you have not already, click the follow button up here. Reminder, I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is one of my absolute favorite parts of the day. I hope that you feel more empowered to go live out your best reality. If you want to spend more time with me, join the Cosmic Collective. If you want to learn more about yourself, get an astrology report, join the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. And if you want to manifest with me along with a powerful group of beings, then join the Manifesting Club today. Have a great day, Lala. I'm glad that you caught us right at the very end. Arco Show, have a great day. To all my Cosmic Collective ladies, I'll be online throughout the day, so drop in, tap in, whatever it is. I'm going to drop in another really good song today that has me in the best mood ever. So have a great day, Lala. Jules says, I feel good. Thank you. You should. I'm glad you do. VIP Deborah, have a great day as well. Bex, have a great day. VIP Catherine, have a great day. To all my VIPs and everybody else, VIP Diana, she's new in the chat. Have a great day. I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow at the same time. I'll see you guys on my page. I'm going to post the astrology for the day right now. And I hope to see some of you on YouTube as new subscribers. And I hope to see some of you in my inbox as new members, customers, however that looks for you. Have a great day, you guys. Bye. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Have a great day.